Do you agree with Anne Widdicombe's solution to the cost of living crisis?
Literally can't afford to pay even for some of the basics if they've gone up the way that cheese sandwich has with all its ingredients.
Well, then you don't do the cheese sandwich.
We're talking about basics. We're talking about absolute basics and staples. We're talking about own brand pasta. You're talking about bread. You're talking about families who cannot afford to feed their children. There's a story today about mothers who can't afford formula milk, so their babies are literally starving at the moment. And so the government
We've been through this before.
So the government shouldn't be doing anything.
Because we've been years
you would let the children go
because
hungry.
we've been decades without inflation. We've come to regard it as some sort of given right.
Which is should, though, but should the poorest and most vulnerable be helped out more when it comes out?
Are being helped out.
But especially on the idea of food.
I mean, they are being...
So when this government ignored the 2018 UN special report on poverty in the UK, which highlighted that a fifth of our population are living in poverty. That's 14 million people living in poverty, and 1.5 million are living in destitution. He blames the policies of austerity introduced in 2010. And it seems that he was correct to conclude that much of the glue which has held British society together since the Second World War has been deliberately removed and replaced with a harsh and uncaring ethos, which is encapsulated by Anne Widdicombe's comments on the BBC Politics show about people cutting out cheese sandwiches if they can't afford them.